So before starting, we'll sing a Vaishnav song. Goranga Goranga bolite have Pulaka Sharira. Hari Hari bolite Nayana Babe Nira. You must have phones with you. Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh yes, it is over there also. Lal Samai Prathna. So it's
What?
there on the board.
What is on the ball?
Oh, over there, so not on the board, but
Okay. Lala Samay.
Lal Samai Prathna means a prayer which is done by so much eagerness.
Wow.
Lal Samai was very eagerly a devotee. Narottam Das Thakur is praying. Actually, most of our Vaishnava songs are mostly written by either Narottam Das Thakur or by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. There are others also, Govind Das and Lochan Das Thakur. Srila Prabhupada also wrote two Vaishnava songs, but most of them are written by these two devotees. Okay, so I'll read the meaning first, so that we can sing them in the proper mood. Translation. When will that opportune moment come to me, when there will be shivering of the body as soon as I chant Lord Gauranga's name, and after the shivering while chanting Hare Krishna, when will there be tears pouring down from my eyes? Second, when will that day come when Lord Nityananda's causeless mercy is bestowed upon me, so that my desire for material enjoyment becomes very insignificant? When my mind is completely purified, being freed from material anxieties and desires, then I shall be able to understand Vrindavan and the conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, and then my spiritual master will be successful. When shall be I very much eager to study the books left by six Goswamis? One has to learn the conjugal loving affairs of Radha and Krishna through the teachings of these six Goswamis. Narottam Das Thakur always wishes to understand the conjugal love under the direction of six Goswamis. Actually, if you know, this is the crux of all our Vedic literature, these Vaishnava songs. In the first one, they are saying when it will be happen that tears will pour out of my eyes. Where we find that we sing some prayers every day, where it is also mentioned that when that day will be come and then tears start pouring out of my eyes. Anybody remembers? Shri Shashtakam Vishwa Nayanam Galad Ashru Dharaya Vadanam Gadgad Rudraya Gira. Sorry? Pulake Nidhi. So that is the desire of Chaitanya. Then same it is mentioned here also. Next, when will the day will be mine when my desire for material enjoyment become insignificant? We all have this desire. That's why we are here in this material world. At least I have this desire. And along with that, when will I study these books which are left by six Goswamis, and most relevant for us, our Srila Prabhupada? The biggest challenge in ISKCON these days is not anything else. The biggest challenge is that devotee is not reading books, and it is true for people from all ranks. Means you might have heard there is a ministry in ISKCON, book reading ministry or something. Tapan Vishpu is a GBC of that in Mayapur, and they emphasize they are taking seminars and everything so that to make people read books. Prabhupada has emphasized so much about that. There, it's okay to distribute my books, but more important is to read them also. One funny incident happened with me when I was pretty new devotee at that time, and I was not reading that much books. So one time I was distributing book in a city in India, Chandigarh. So generally in India we distribute books on red lights. Red light, car stops. It's a good way. If here you cannot do that, but new people are coming every time. And you don't have to go to them; they are coming towards you. So and in 60 or maybe in 80, 90 seconds you have to do everything. You have to show him the books, convince him and get the money, do all the transaction. So one time a car pull up and I asked the person, would you like to take a Bhagavad Gita? And he said, no, we have Bhagavad Gita. So I said, because it happens a lot that in India people really in reality also they have Bhagavad Gita. So that person asked me that I have Bhagavad Gita. So I said, so why don't you read that Bhagavad Gita? He said, no, who said that I am not reading? I remember all the shloka up till second chapter. So I said, okay, really? You remember those shloka? Okay, tell me what is 2.13. And he quoted that shloka, Dehino Asmin Yatha Dehe Komaram Jovanam. And because I was not reading that much at that time, so I said, no, it is not 2.13, it is 2.14. And he made me open the book and he showed me that it is 2.13. So that person was reading Bhagavad Gita, and not only reading, he was remembering the shlokas also up till second. And after few years, I went back to that city to distribute books in Marathon, and again I was distributing on some red light, and somehow a car pulled up and I offered a Bhagavad Gita, and they said that, oh, we already have Bhagavad Gita, our father is reading Bhagavad Gita. So I said, okay, so why don't you read Bhagavad Gita? So somehow that a old man was sitting on the back side of the car, and he said, are you the one who met me a few years back? True story. And at that time, I asked him, up till how much chapter you have now, remember the shlokas? He said that I remember the shloka till 5th chapter. So yes, people are reading Bhagavad Gita, and we also need to read. It is very, very, very important. So, so we'll sing this Vaishnava song, and we pray to Narottam Das Thakur, our Guru Parampara, that we can also read Srila Prabhupada's books. Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sharira, Hari Hari bolite na yane babenira. Gauranga
bolite habe pulaka sharira, Hari Hari bolite na
yane babenira. Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sharira, Hari Hari bolite na yane babenira. Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sharira,
Hari Hari bolite na yane babenira.
আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদে করুণা হইবে, সংসার বসানা মোরা কবে তুচ্ছ হবে। আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদে করুণা হইবে, সংসার বসানা মোরা
কবে তুচ্ছা হবে।
আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদে করুণা হইবে, সংসার বসানা মোরা কবে তুচ্ছ হবে। আর কবে
তার চরণে করুণা হইবে সংসার বাসনা মোরা কারে টুটাবে
বিষয়া ছাড়িয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মানা কবে হাম হেরাব শ্রী বৃন্দাবনা বিষয়া ছাড়িয়া কবে
শুদ্ধ হবে মানা
কবে হাম হেরাব
শ্রী
বৃন্দাবনা বিষয়া ছাড়িয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মানা কবে হাম হেরাব শ্রী বৃন্দাবনা বিষয়া ছাড়িয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মানা কবে হাম হেরাব শ্রী বৃন্দাবনা সুপর গুনাথ পদে হইবে আকুতি কবে হাম বুঝাব সে যুগল প্রীতি রূপর গুনাথ
পদে হইবে আকুতি কাবে রাম বুঝাব যুগল প্রীতি
রূপর গুনাথ পদে হইবে আকুতি কবে হাম বুঝাব সে যুগল প্রীতি রূপর গুনাথ পদে
হইবে আকুতি কাবে রাম বুঝাব সে যুগল প্রীতি
রূপর গুনাথ পদে रहु मोर आशा प्रार्थना करो ए सदा नरोत्तम दास
রূপর গুনাথ পদে রঘু মোর আশা প্রদান করুনি
रूपर गुनाथ पदे रहु मोर आशा प्रार्थना करो ए सदा नरोत्तम दास रूपर गुनाथ पदे रहु मोर आशा प्रार्थना करो ए सदा नरोत्तम दास गौरंग बोलिते हवे पुलक शरीरा हरि हरि बोलिते ना ज्ञाने बाबे नीरा गौरंग बोलिते हवे
পুলার শরীরা হরি হরি বলিতে না জানে বাবে মীরা
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we are going to discuss from Chaitanya Charitamrit Adi Lila, 9th chapter and 29th payar. So yesterday, His Grace Dayal Nitai Prabhuji, he gave class on 25th shloka. So we'll read the meaning of 26, 27, 28 and then we'll proceed towards 29. So pyar number 26 is as follows. मूला स्कंधेरा शाखा आर उप शाखा गने लागी लाये प्रेमा फला अमृत के जीव जीने. Since Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was original trunk, the taste of the fruits that grew on the branches and sub-branches surpasses the taste of nectar. Pakilaye prema phala amrita madhura vilaya chetana malina hilaya mula. The fruits ripened and become sweet and nectarian. The gardener, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, distributed them without asking any price. Free for all. त्रिजगत यत आछे धन रत्न मणि एका फलेर मूल्य करी ताहा नहीं गनी. All the wealth in the three worlds cannot equal the value of one such nectarian fruit of devotional service. So now we'll recite this shloka. मागे वा न मागे काहे पात्र वा अपात्र.
Mage vana mage keha patra patra.
इहार विचार नहीं जाने दया मात्रा.
Ihara vichara nahi jane deya matra.
मागे वा न मागे केहा पात्र वा अपात्र.
Mage vana mage keha patra patra.
इहार विचार नहीं जाने दया मात्रा.
Ihara vichara nahi jane deya matra.
मागे वा न मागे केहा पात्र वा अपात्र.
Mage vana mage keha patra patra.
इहार विचार नहीं जाने दया मात्रा.
Ihara vichara nahi jane deya matra.
And inside.
Mage vana mage keha patra va patra.
मागे वा न मागे केहा पात्र वा पात्र.
Ihara vichara nahi jane deya matra.
इहार विचार नहीं जाने दया मात्रा.
Mage vana mage keha patra vaha patra.
मागे वा न मागे केहा पात्र वा पात्र.
Ihala vichara nahi jane dehaya matra.
इहार विचार नहीं जाने दया मात्रा. Prabhuji Mataji, you would like to recite? Would like to recite?
તમે બોલવાના છો? No, se bo.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So what meaning is as follows. Mage
Mage
bags.
bags.
Va
Va
or.
or
Na
Na
not.
not.
Mage
Mage
bags.
bags.
Keha
keha
anyone.
Anyone.
Patra
patra
candidate.
Candidate.
Va
Va
or.
or
Apatra
apatra.
not a candidate.
Not
not
a
a candidate.
Ihara
Ihara
of this.
of this.
Vichara
Vichara
consideration.
consideration.
Nahi
Nahi
does not.
Does not.
Jane
jane
no.
no.
Deya
Deya
gives.
Gives.
Matra
matra
only.
Only.
Very nice shloka. Very nice prayer. Not considering who asked for it or who did not, nor who was fit or who unfit to receive it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributed the fruit of devotional service. Purport. This is the sum and substance of Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement. There is no distinction made between those who are fit and those who are not fit to hear or take part in Sankirtan movement. It should therefore be preached without discrimination. The only purpose of preachers of Sankirtan movement must be to go on preaching without restriction. That is the way in which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced this Sankirtan movement to the world. Om Ajnanatamidandasya Jnananjanashalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Savadetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Dalita Shri Vishaka Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhesta Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshaparine Hukum karoti vacharam pangum lagayate gram yat kisvata ham vande Shri Guru Hare Krishna. So before I start speaking on this shloka, I would like to request you all to give me your blessings, so that whatever I speak, it is for my own purification and for the pleasure of the devotees. So here, this is very nice pyar quoted in this chapter. In this chapter, the desired tree of devotional service is described here how if Jai Shri Shri Nidai Sachisuta ki Jai, Radha Paris Ishwar Bhagwan ki Jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai, Jai Jai Bhagwan. So here very nicely it is described that how if devotional service bhakti is a tree, then who is the trunk? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the trunk. Because without mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, means it's impossible to do pure devotional service. Wherever we go, we can see that, we can feel that. Yes, people are doing some kind of means they are doing what they think they are doing, but pure devotional service is only possible through, not only, but it's especially in today's age, it's very, very, very much possible because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started this movement and made it possible for us to access it. I don't know about you, I would not have come to this movement if this movement is not that much welcoming. Like how I came into Krishna, I just somehow came to temple and some devotee asked me, why don't you come for classes? And the whole this whole scenario is like that, the whole arrangement is like that in our temples, that somehow or the other a person gets attracted. If he is he is a philosophical person, he may attracted to philosophy. If he is a pious person, he may attracted towards the deities, towards kirtan. If he does not got hooked up with these things, at least he will get connected to prasadam. So somehow or the other, this movement is welcoming in every term, and Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that also. Like this movement is specially made for for the people who got rejected everywhere. Like we were there in Satyuga also. Before this Kali Yuga, there was Satyuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, and then comes the Kali Yuga. So it was not like that we were not there in Satyug. We were also there in some other body, in some other species of life, but we could not go back home, back to Godhead in Satyug. Somehow we miss the when Lord Narsimha Dev, Lord Vaman Dev, Matsya Avatar, they all came on planet Earth, but we could not take benefit of that. Then came Treta Yuga also. We were also there in Treta Yuga also. So Lord Ram came on this planet, but we could not go back. We could not take advantage. Then in Dwapar Yuga, Lord Krishna came, but still at that time we could not take advantage. But now in Kali Yuga, the most fallen age, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, and we have the chance to get this opportunity to go home, back to God, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful, so magnanimous. Rup Goswami, he quoted this shloka, the pranam mantra of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tushe Namaha. That Krishna is magnanimous, Krishna is merciful, but he is not most merciful. Like he demands surrender. Where he demands surrender? In Bhagavad Gita? 18th chapter, which shloka? 66. Sarvadharma. First you have to surrender. Then only I will give you mercy. But what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, no worries. You can be anything. Just add Krishna in your life. Just start chanting the holy names. Like in this prayer also, they are what is this mentioned? Mange vana mange. Whether that person is asking or not, we are giving. Like when we do Sankirtan, when we do book distribution, we approach everybody. Like we do not discriminate that whether this person is eligible or not. If eligibility criteria would be there, for sure, some of us would not be here. So it is all mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotee. And along with that, they are not seeing who is fit and who is not fit. Patra va apatra. They are not also considering that. Giving it freely to everybody. Somehow, I this example is very close to my heart, so I quote it in most of my, whenever I have to speak on preaching. So do you know how Radhanath Maharaj got connected? How he came into Krishna consciousness? How?
India or?
No. He was a hippie.
Yeah.
He was born in Chicago. He used to have long hairs in that time. And he was some kind of a sincere hippie. And he was searching for God, and he used to visit so many churches, synagogues and everything. He was Jew. So, but he was not getting concrete answers, like who is God, and how it looks like, what is the purpose of life, and all those answers. So, and when he was doing graduation in the summers, he took a break and came to Europe to search for God, to visit different synagogues and churches. And somehow that he was in a nightclub, in a disco in Amsterdam. And you know what happens in disco or on a nightclub. So he was there, and suddenly a person appeared in front of him, and that person asked him, "Would you like to taste spiritual food?" And he was like, "Okay, I will taste spiritual food." So that person asked him, "Okay, cup your hands." And he got puzzled. What is cup your hands? Make like this. Okay, he made like this. His name was Richard Slavin at that time. So what this person do? This person was having a bucket of fruit cream with him and a lead in the nightclub. You can imagine. And what he did when Richard make cup his hands, he poured one spoonful of fruit cream in his hand. Okay, taste it. This is the spiritual food. And that was the first time when he ate prasadam.
Wow.
And who was that person? Shyam Sundar Prabhu.
Oh, wow.
So devotees are so merciful that they are ready to give mercy anywhere, everywhere. Do you know how Jayapataka Maharaj got connected? So it is mentioned in a book, Radha Damodar Vilas. It's a story of two devotees, Jayananda Prabhu, who started Rath Yatra, and Vishnu Jan Maharaj. Very, 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 very exalted devotees. So once Jayanand Prabhu was there in San Francisco, at that time, they used to make the chariot from the scratch. They used to procure wood, nails, and everything. It's not like there's a truck on which they have a some kind of structure which can go up and down with pulley. So they were making, at least they start 1 month back to start making the chariots. So Jayanand Prabhu was whole day he was working on that chariot, and somehow a 15-year-old boy just passes through them, and Jayanand Prabhu, very sweet, very angelic voice, he said, could you please help me to make the chariot of the Lord? So the 15-year-old boy said, okay, what I have to do? Just hold the nails. I will hit them with the hammer. Okay, I will do that. So this boy, he hold the nail, and Jayananda Prabhu just hammered them. So after finishing 4 or 5 nails, Jayananda Prabhu said, "Oh, you done such a nice service. You are expert in holding the nails. Could you please nail a few nails for me for the Lord?" The boy said, "Okay, what's the big deal?" Okay, so he passed him the hammer and some nails. Okay, you have to do this. Okay, he nailed. Then Jayanand Prabhu, he praised him like anything. "Oh, you are such an expert in nailing the nails. You are such a nice boy. Could you please help us making the chariot?" So that boy ended up spending the whole week working on that chariot, the whole day, every day he used to come, and that boy becomes Jayapataka Maharaj.
Wow.
So we don't know who we are meeting on the street, who that person could be. So this is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that anybody can become a devotee. We have to be very careful whom we are dealing with. We have to be careful whose number we are taking, whom we have to take follow up with. That person could become a senior, future sannyasi or future devotee, right? Similarly, many of us could be like that. We came into Krishna consciousness like that. Somehow, some devotee, when I came, it was just like a casual talk to a person. He just asked me, "Why don't you come to class?" It was not, that I gave him my number or anything, or I brought a book. He just asked me, "Why don't you come to class?" I was like, "Okay, I'm free on Sundays. I can come." And that was a mistake I did. So,
You get captured.
yes. So, but it's a good mistake.
Yeah.
We want everybody to make that mistake. So, this pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu still going on. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavat, "Atyapit sayi lila kare gaur rai, kon bhagyavan dekhi bare paye." That this pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu still going on. It is not that the pastime, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has disappeared, so these pastimes are not going on. Still these pastimes are going on. But one who is bhagyavan, one who is really fortunate, he can see that. Like, still devotees are joining, still devotees are doing Sankirtan, still miracles are happening every day. So this Leela of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is still happening. But those who are fortunate, only they can see that. So there is a big responsibility that lies on our shoulders also, that we have to extend this mercy, this opportunity to others also. Like when we go on Harinam, when we go on book distribution, we should not discriminate. We should give chance to everybody. The max that they will say is no, right? Sometimes we become hesitant. "Oh, this person doesn't look nice. He might not have money. He might not have. He look like a drunkard, or he look like a not fit to be in Krishna consciousness." But we should not discriminate. We should give the mercy to everybody. We may have free magazines. We may have some prasadam to give to everybody. So we should be the carrier of that mercy. Like in Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 69th and 70th shloka, Krishna mentioned, one who preaches this message of Krishna consciousness to everyone is very, very, very dear to me. He is not dear, he is very dear to Krishna. So why preaching is so dear to Krishna, or a preacher is dear to Krishna? Because it reduces the anxiety of Krishna. You know, like generally this example is given in India much. In India, they used to have big festivals, and because there was a large number of people used to come to those festivals, and there was no mobile or anything. So it happens like, children got lost, and people, Mataji and Prabhuji might be relating to it. So when children got lost, so people or the villagers, they are searching for the parents, and parents are searching for their children. So it was a big anxiety for them. Similarly, we are all living entities. We are all lost child of Krishna and Radharani. And the biggest help that we can do to the lost child or to the parents is to reunite them. If a parent lost his child, no matter how much you give to that parent, you can give them money, you can give them anything, or you can give the child anything, chocolates or anything. Then both of them will not be pacified. They will be happy when they reunited. So whatever we are doing, whatever preaching work we are doing, we are trying to reunite the lost child of Krishna to them. So there is a nice story that I heard in one of the lectures. Like one time, what happens? There was a lion and lioness, and they have a small younger cub. Lion? You don't know lion?
Lawyer or
Lion. Lion. How you pronounce
lion?
it? Share.
The animal?
Yeah, animal.
Ah,
King of jungle.
Okay. Lion.
Lion. Sorry for my
No,
pronunciation.
it's okay.
So one in a jungle, there was a lion and lioness and their cub. Cub is their baby. So they were, the thing is that how a lion used to is hunting. He doesn't run after the prey. They used to hide themselves somewhere in the bushes or somewhere, and they attack suddenly. So the lion and lioness, they decided that, okay, we have a group of wild goats in our jungle, so we'll hunt them, one of them. That will be our dinner for the day. So what they did, they hide themselves and they hide all three of them. They hide in the bushes and wait for the wild goats to come. So when the wild goats came nearby, they attacked on them. They pounced upon them. So what this wild goat used to do, meh, 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 me. If you see the wild goats, what sound they make, meh, 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 me. So so suddenly there was a big chaos. So in that chaos, what happened? The cub got lost. Their baby, because everybody are running here and there. Lion and lioness were chasing some goat, and all the goats were running here and there, doing me. So this cub also got confused, and somehow he ran away with the goats and started living with them. So what happened? This lion and lioness become very anxious. Then we lost our child. We went for hunting. We went for procuring our dinner, but we lost our child, and this child is nowhere to found. This cub is nowhere to find, and many days passes like that, and eventually what happened? This cub, he went away with the goats and start living with them, start eating grass also, and start doing like them, me, man. So especially the mother, because she's very attached to her child. It's not like father is not attached, but mother is very, very, very attached to the child. So she become very anxious. She asked the lion, you have to find my child. Where is my child? It is not good that we lost our child. So somehow somebody told them, okay, there is a small lion who is roaming around with goats. He has started eating grass also with them. So they get to know, okay, he must be our child. So again they plan to we'll hide ourselves near the river, and when these wild group of goats will come, this time will attack our child. Will attack this cub, not the goats. So again they hide themselves and near the river in the bushes, and somehow this group of goats came, and they saw that our cub is with them and he is behaving like goat. So this time they attacked and they caught hold of the cub. And what this cub was doing, he was not making sound of a lion. He was making sound of meh 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 me. So this lion, he shook him and take him to the river, show his image in the water, that who you look like. You are a goat or a lion. You are start eating grass, or you are making the sound of meh meh me. So this cub also got to understand that, okay, we are I'm their son. I'm not a goat. I'm a lion. So why I told you this story, because Srimati Radharani and Krishna, they are like this lion and lioness, and we are the lost son, lost cub, who are roaming in this world like goats. We don't belong here. We are lost child, and we are and if we see, in Hindi we call main, in English we call me. Or everybody is doing me. In everything we are doing this me. In Hindi we are doing man, just like goats. So Radharani is very anxious. He is sending Krishna again and again to the material world. He's making Krishna send devotees to material world again and again, so that to bring back all the lost souls. So this is our duty, to bring all the lost souls again to Krishna. In that way, actually, we are not doing any, how to say, actually we are helping ourselves by doing preaching work. If we don't do preaching, this material world, this situation will not let us practice ourselves also. In Kali Yuga, in Sanskrit it is said Kalu Sange Shakti. In Kali Yuga, those who are united, those who are big in number, they have the power, means they can survive. Like in India, when we were young, in schools, they used to tell this story of a father and 4 sons. Like a father who was on his deathbed, he gathered all his 4 sons and asked them, he handed over them a stick of a wood and asked them to break it. So every son break that wood very easily. So then he gave them a bunch of wood and asked them to, and hand it over to everyone and asked them to break this bunch of wood. So nobody was able to break it. So this father showed them, if you stay united, you will survive. If you stay, separated, you won't be able to survive. Similarly, we need devotees. We need so many devotees to survive ourselves, to practice devotion service also. We cannot do devotion service alone. Imagine yourself if you would be alone chanting Hare Krishna in the temple. Alone in the temple, cannot survive. We need devotees. Why we go to spiritual places, why we go to Tirth Yatra, why we go to Dham, why we do retreats and camps? Because there are many devotees. And when there are many devotees, the bliss become increased, it become multifold, isn't it? It is not that we cannot eat prasadam at our home. It is not that we cannot do aarti at our home. It is not that deities are not there at our home. But what is there in the temple, what is there in the dham is the devotees. The more the merrier. So we have to preach to increase our chances of success also, and to give pleasure to Radha and Krishna also, to increase their pleasure also, to reduce their anxiety also. So now the question may arise, how can we preach? I heard it somewhere, you can correct me if it is not right. I heard that Jesus has said in Bible that everyone must preach, and if required, he can speak. I don't know whether it is truth or not, but in philosophy, it is very much right. So everybody must preach, and if required, he can speak. How is that? Can we preach without speaking also? Yes, we can preach. Just by by doing small things also we can preach. Like just by applying tilak every day, we can preach. Just by wearing nice dhoti kurta, nice sari, we can preach. Just by attending Hari Nam, just by attending artis, we can preach. And we can preach to the people by giving them Vedic literature, Bhagavad Gita and other books. Invite them to the temple, invite them for the prasadam. People may not like philosophy, people may not like kirtan, people may not like the way we do things, but everybody likes prasadam, especially Indian food. So invite them for prasadam. Distribute prasadam as much as we can. So, like it is mentioned, I heard it in a lecture by devotees. Actually, it was in Prabhupada's pastime also. Like once Prabhupada was there in Mayapur doing on his morning walk, and Prabhupada was with his disciples. So Prabhupada just jokingly asked one of his disciples, "Why you came in Krishna consciousness? What attracts you in Krishna consciousness?" So I guess it was Brahmanand Prabhu. So he was a big bodied devotee. Brahmanand Prabhu, one of the earlier disciples of Srila Prabhupada. So Brahmanand Prabhu in a very hesitant way, he said that, "Prabhupada, I came for the prasadam." Prabhupada said, "Okay." Prabhupada asked another devotee, "Why you came in Krishna consciousness?" That devotee also asked, "Prabhupada, I came for prasadam. It was very nice." And in the beginning, Prabhupada was, Prabhupada was distributing such a nice prasadam. Everybody was getting. Prabhupada used to do everything himself. Buying all the stuff like flour, wheat, everything, cooking, serving, and washing dishes also. Everything was done by Prabhupada. And Prabhupada was not used to serve like one chapati. Every time he used to serve at least 4 chapatis. So when His Holiness Janand Goswami Maharaj, he also went to temple first time. What they served him. His idea of devotees was like they must be eating something, not eating much. And the first plate of prasadam that was served to him, in his own word, he was saying like it was a mountain of rice in the plate, a stack of chapatis, and a bowl of dal, at least a liter of dal. That was what every devotee was eating, and they served him also this thing. So yes. So coming back to Prabhupada's story. So Prabhupada asked few of his disciples, "Why you came?" And everybody said, "Prabhupada, we came for prasadam." And then Prabhupada said, "Actually, I also came for prasadam." So prasadam is a weapon of mass destruction of material lives. So we must, whatever we can do, distribute prasadam as much as we can. There are other ways also, but the most, nobody says no to a sweet. Nobody says no to a pakoda. Like yesterday also, after we finished Harinam, there were some French people. They themselves came and asked for the pakoda, and they get the temple card also. So we don't know. Those who are eating prasadam someday, maybe not in this lifetime, maybe in other lifetime, they will come back and become devotees. So who can preach? Anybody can preach. Just by doing what we are supposed to do, just by coming to temple, just by taking part in Sankirtan, just by distributing literature, distributing prasadam, just being nice to the person, also we can preach. Like when we practice devotion service, naturally we become happy. Naturally we become and people ask devotees, why you are so happy? Why you are so calm? Why you are so good? What is the secret? So then you can ask them, okay, you come to temple, I'll tell you what is our secret. So anybody can preach. Is it not that one who is sitting on Vyasasana, only he can preach? Anybody can preach. And it is very, very, very necessary to preach. And one last thing that I like to, two last things. One is purity is the force. If you want to preach, be pure in yourself. Be be rigid with your own sadhana also. If we are pure in heart, our words will carry power. Like why the words of sannyasis, why the words of senior devotees, why the words of Srila Prabhupada, they have such a potency. Like just by hearing them, people got changed because they are practicing themselves. So the more we practice, the more we become good devotees, our words will carry power. Srila Prabhupada, Krishna will speak through our words. So in the last, I would like to read a purport of one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, in which Prabhupada, emphasizes so much about preaching. Preaching is the best service to the Lord. The Lord will immediately be extremely satisfied with one who engages in this service of preaching of Krishna consciousness. Extremely satisfied. This is confirmed by the Lord Himself in Bhagavad Gita. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. If one sincerely tries his best to spread Krishna consciousness by preaching the glories of the Lord and His supremacy, even if he is imperfectly educated, he becomes dear most servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is bhakti. As one performs this service for humanity without discrimination between friends and enemies, the Lord becomes satisfied, and the mission of one's life is fulfilled. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore advises everyone to become a Guru devotee and preach Krishna consciousness. This is the easiest way to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By such preaching, the preacher becomes satisfied. Those to whom he preaches are also satisfied. This is the process of bringing peace and tranquility to the entire world. Purport of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 6th chapter, 24th shloka. So if you really want to see this world peaceful and tranquil, preach. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody has any question or comment or corrections?
As you mentioned about prasadam distribution, today is quite auspicious day for this Rasa Parayana day.
In Puri. In all over India actually.
And,
So Mataji and Prabhuji, we have prasadam also.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the most important part.
and I know there is a story connected with Lord Shiva and Parvati, and connected with Rasa Parayana. I don't remember exactly. But I had a question regarding more Raghunath Maharaj story. Like, what was this service to distribute cream during the night in the disco club? Like, devotees are so inventive.
Actually, at that time, devotees were so fired up. Means they could do anything. Really means you cannot imagine leaving everything and going to a new city and opening a center there. Like, if you read this Radha Damodar Vilas, Prabhupada asked Vishnujan Maharaj to open 10 temples, a Swami 10 temples, and at that time they don't used to have these big luggage bags and everything. They have only side bags, a cloth side bag. He was having only 2 pair of clothes. One he is already wearing, one in his bag, one toothbrush, toothpaste, and one Bhagavad Gita. That's all their material possessions. And
Hare Krishna.
And he asked somebody, hitchhiked, asked some biker to give him lift to next town. He went there. He came to the university ground. He just opened his, upper cloth of a sannyasi, put it on the grass, and start chanting Hare Krishna. When a group of people start gathering, he start giving lecture to them. And in the lecture, he asked them, like, if any of you would host me tonight at their home, I'll feed you great Indian feast. I'll cook a great Indian feast for you. You know why he used to do that? Because he don't have a place to live, he don't have anything to eat. So if that person will host him for the night, who is going to cook? Okay, I will cook. Who is going to give the bhoga? You will have to give the bhoga. I'll make you a good feast. I'll serve it to you also. I'll eat myself also. So in that way, he opened 2 temples, one in Tampa and one I am forgetting the name. Then Prabhupada asked him to do something else. So that was the level of surrender of them. Just no money, nothing, no contacts. Just went to a different city and start preaching. So they were so fired up. They could do anything.
Because it's like it's unpractical, like cup your hands and I will put some cream and then have usually distribute some some
Sweet,
some
yes,
rolls, some biscuits.
Yes,
easy
actually,
to
we
distribute.
yes, you are right. We have to be more refined now.
Yeah.
Yes, we have to learn from.
But also it's like that's how we see that bhakti is not conditioned and like if we are the preaching mood, that's the essence of it. If you have this mood of preaching, like the form of it,
Yes,
will
form
not matter.
details can change,
Yeah,
but that fire of preaching must be there.
that's it.
That I have to save somebody. Yeah, I have to save some fallen soul. Next time when I'll see Krishna, I can tell Krishna that Krishna, I tried my best.
Mhm. Thank you.
Rohit, would you like to add anything? Any corrections you have? Jadguru Prabhupada ki jai. Grantha Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai.
Jai.
So we pray to Shri Radha Paris Ishwar, Shri Nitai Gaur Sundar, Shri Jagannath Baldev Sudra Maharani, so that they can bless us, so that we can preach. We can preach to ourselves also, and to bring souls to their lotus feet. One more pastime I just remember, it is very nice and blissful. Somehow, I have read Prabhupada books, so a story about Prabhupada, so somehow it just came to my mind, just at the last moment. Once Srila Prabhupada was there in New York, and installing the deities of God Nitaya. So after installing of deities, Srila Prabhupada gave the lecture, and in the lecture Srila Prabhupada asked this question: how to get mercy of Krishna? Everybody by doing book distribution, by this. Everybody gives nice answers. Prabhupada said, no, you have to get the mercy of Srimati Radharani to get the mercy of Krishna. Okay. How to get mercy of Srimati Radharani? Then again, by doing nice arti, nice deity worship, nicely dressing the deities, nicely offering the nice offering of bhoga. So no, you need to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, next question. But how to get mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Again, devotees, gave so many answers. Prabhupada, no. You have to get the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. How to get mercy of Nityanand Prabhu? Again, devotees gave so many answers. Prabhupada, no. Prabhupada said, you have to get the mercy of Jagai and Badhai to get the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu. And there are so many Jagai and Badhai in New York City. Preach to the most fallen, and you will get the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu. If you get the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu, you will get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will get the mercy of Radharani, you will get the mercy of Krishna. So this is the instruction for us. Hare Krishna. Jai Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Our Savior Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
It's great. Rasa Parayana Prabhu ki jai.